Hello. Good afternoon, respected speaker. Please remember. Good afternoon, respected speaker, Mrs. Madhumita and my dear colleagues, friends, dear participants of physical and online mode, students. আমরা আজ আমাদের যে কথোপকথন যে লেকচার সিরিজ তার এটা 4th লেকচার সিরিজ শুরু হতে চলেছে, কিন্তু আমরা প্রথমে প্রত্যেকটা লেকচারের প্রথমেই যেটা ওয়েলকাম অ্যাড্রেস আমাদের জানানো আমাদের কলেজের অধ্যক্ষ ডক্টর স্বাগতা দাস মহন্ত, কিন্তু বিশেষ কারণে উনি আজকে এখানে উপস্থিত হতে পারেননি, অনলাইনেও থাকতে পারছেন বিশেষ কারণে, যে কারণে এই একটা ওয়েলকাম অ্যাড্রেসের দায়িত্বটা আমি আইকিউসি কোঅর্ডিনেটর হিসেবে আমাকে এটা দিতে হচ্ছে। তো আমি প্রথমেই এই কথোপকথন 4th লেকচার এখানে সকলকে আমি আপনার আন্তরিক স্বাগত জানাই। আজকে খুবই ইন্টারেস্টিং একটা টপিকের উপরে আমাদের ম্যাডাম বলবেন এখানে। A very warm welcome to today's Kathopakathan lecture entitled Race, Cinema and Oozing Humanity by our esteemed speaker, Mrs. Madhumita, Associate Professor of English at Chakdaha College. Satyajit Ray, the maestro of Indian cinema, needs no introduction. His films are a timeless exploration of the human experience spanning over 3 decades of 20th century. Today, Mrs. Madhumita will delve into the essence of race cinema and revealing the profound humanity that oozes from each frame. As an associate professor of English, Mrs. Das brings a unique perspective to the discussion, intertwining literature and cinema to explore the universal human emotion depicted by Ray's masterpieces. As a student of Oriental Arts in Santiniketan, imbibed the religion of life, and this connection with rural life beautifully reflected in his cinematic journey, especially in the iconic Kathopakathan. The odds faced by Ray's characters, the joys they celebrate, the language they emote through the unmistakable Indian essence of his films, transcend geographical boundaries, earning international acclaim. without further delay, let's immerse ourselves in the world of Satyajit Ray through the insightful lens of Mrs. Madhumita. Please join me in welcoming her to share her expertise on bridge, cinema and the community. আমাদের এই কথোপকথন লেকচার সিরিজে আবারও সকলকে আন্তরিক স্বাগত জানিয়ে আমি আমাদের রেসপেক্টেড স্পিকারকে আহ্বান করব তার মূল্যবান বক্তব্য উপস্থাপন করব। ধন্যবাদ।
Very good afternoon to all here. Sir? Thank you so much. Our IQAC coordinator, Dr. IQAC-Chakdaha, for introducing me and inviting me and giving me an opportunity to deliver a speech on a talk on Satyajit Ray. And also, I hail warmly all my colleagues present here and the students who have made it a point to be present here to listen to the lecture. Madam is not present here. She told me yesterday only she will have to leave the station and she has gone to some official work in Kolkata. And actually she is in a meeting, so she cannot be present here. Anyway, let us proceed. Before I start, I want to ask, especially from the students, do you want a bilingual lecture or only English or anything? Because I will try to deliver the lecture that way. What do you want? Tell me. Tell me something. Okay. The first slide, about which I don't have to say anything, because that is the title which reads the topic and this introduction of myself and who I am to Chakdaha College. The title reads, already perhaps most of you know that it is the first title page number. No, this is yes, Ray's Cinema and Oozing Humanity. Ray's Cinema and the Oozing Humanity. So I will just tell you one or two lines that Satyajit Ray has become a household name these days. That is not only because of the fact that he was Bengali, but the height, actually, physically he was 6 feet 4 inches tall, but what he achieved in one life, perhaps way taller than that. And I'd like to call him a media-minded personality. Why I am telling you, and he is an asset, a pride for the movie lovers, not only in Bengal, not only in India, but also for the whole world. Next slide. Peek into the life of Ray. So this is a thumbnail sketch. I cannot afford to give the detailed biography of Satyajit Ray. Can you see? Okay, he was born on 2nd May 1921 in Kolkata to a culturally illustrious family, because we already know about his parentage. Anupendra Kishore Rai Chaudhary, his grandfather, his father Shikumar Rai, who he had hardly seen because he died at the age of the something is inhaling some outside sound. Anyway, so he had hardly known his father, Shukumar Rai, who is more known to the children as the writer of nonsense verse. So he inherited all these things, and by and by I will tell you how Satyajit Rai, the Satyajit Rai we know this day, there was a process of his growth, artistically and as a filmmaker. And he was an honors graduate in economics from Presidency College, Kolkata. He went to Shantiniketan to learn Oriental arts. Let me tell you, this and then the next event which happened, but by this time, even from his childhood, he came into contact with Western films and especially Western music, of which he was an ardent fan, and he carried forward this passion throughout his life. Then he met Jean Renoir, who was a French director who came over to Calcutta in 1949. I'll tell about this in detail next. 1949, just to choose the shooting spot. And on several occasions, Satyajit Rai met him in a hotel, and they developed a rapport, which in course of time yielded great results so far as his humanity is concerned. And the next remarkable, it is not a coincidence, but when he went for an on-site program to London, he stayed there for 6 months. Within this short span of 6 months, he watched, or he himself told us in his books, in his interviews, that he watched 99 films altogether. So for the first time, he came into contact with one of the leading Italian neorealists, and especially his film, The Bicycle Thieves, or in French, it is, I may be incorrect in pronunciation because I don't know French, but La Brida Biciclette. That is the title of Bicicle's Bicycle Thieves. He was also influenced by that. And he came back from London in 1950. And another interesting thing is, when he was aboard the ship, he started writing the script of Kathopakathan. He was also an ardent votary of Western classical music, I told you, and cinema from a tender age, I have told you that. But at the same time, which Satyajit Rai himself insisted time and again, that Indian culture, our culture, is not only rooted in Eastern arts or anything Eastern, it is rather a fusion of the Eastern and the Western. So side by side with this, when we went into Shantiniketan, it's not for the first time that Satyajit Rai stepped into Vishwabharati, and Tagore was living then, but it was almost towards the end because Tagore passed away in 1941, we know, and he joined Kala Bhavan for a training in Oriental arts, commercial arts in 1940. And there also he learned many things from his professors. I'll come to that later. And last of all, he died on 23rd April 1992. And you know, already there was a centennial celebration of Satyajit Rai's birth. That was in 2021. So that's all about this. Next slide. the rays of Ray. You can see there are some illustrations, there are storyboards, and all these are done by Satyajit Ray. Can you see properly? Okay. So I'm starting from my right hand side. To the extreme right, you see, this is called storyboard. Many of you must know what storyboard is. That is a pre-planning of a film, how to proceed with the main events and the characters. So this is called storyboarding. That is a prior planning before the shooting starts. Then there is this Gopigain, Bhagabain, and the sketches done by Satyajit Ray himself. Then the Sandesh, which was in a sense their own family publication. There are 4 fonts you see on this slide. There are 4 fonts, Ray Roman. Actually this should be known as Ray Bizarre, Daphnis and Holiday Script. These 4 fonts, I want to tell you that why I call Satyajit Ray a myriad-minded personality or a polymath, we can call him, because he was all in one. He was a champion storyteller, he was a graphic designer, he was a music director, he was an art director, he was a songwriter, he lent his voice also to many characters in his films. He was a calligrapher. What is left out? Almost nothing. At least in one life, one can hardly do justice to all these talents, but he was packed with this. So these 4 fonts also show his keen interest in typography. Next slide. I have given a timeline. The total output, if we calculate, the total output can be divided into 29 films, feature films, 29 feature films, 5 documentary films, and 2 short films. And I have arranged it decade-wise. You see 1950s, 1960s, 1970s, 1980s, 1990s. Actually, in early 1992, he passed away. And his last film is Agantuk, The Stranger. The Stranger. And in this collage, I have not done it sequentially, because Pratibdwandi, Shima Baddha Pratibdwandi, the English title is Adversary, Shima Baddha Company Limited, John Moronno is like that, John Moronno, Pather Panchali, Song of the Little Road, Opurajita, The Unvanquished, Opu Samsar, The World of Opu, Ghare Baire, Home and the World, Mahanagar, The Big City, and then there is the goddess. So, if you look at this, you will see Satyajit Ray was the last person to repeat the theme and the purport of the content of his films regularly. And that is why, suppose Pather Panchali, the genre of Pather Panchali, and if you look at, which I have not included here, that is the music room Jalsha Ghar or Kanchanjunga, they are different. They are different in texture and in nature. And that is why, if you look at the timeline, I'll take 1 or 2 minutes, 1955, 56, 59, 56, you see, on an average, one film, be it a short film or documentary or feature film, on an average, 1 per year. Because he emphasized on quality rather than quantity. Next slide. Cinema in Bengal in 1930